This is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, reporting tonight from Washington.
And good evening. While our focus in prime time here in Washington tonight will be the President's State of the Union address before a joint session of Congress at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. To be fair, the attention hasn't been on the president, not for months. It's been on the GOP race and the Republican candidates, and one of them, Mitt Romney, chose today to release his tax returns from the year 2010. He did it to help stop the questions about his wealth, but in releasing his taxes, he reveals what most Americans will regard as unimaginable wealth and vast investments after a successful career in business, much of it spent buying and selling companies. The numbers in these returns will likely get talked about for the rest of the way in this campaign. It's against this backdrop that we begin tonight with NBC's Andrea Mitchell.
Hi there, how are you?
Mitt Romney wasn't talking about his taxes today, but the numbers tell the story. For 2010, the Romneys paid $3 million in taxes on an adjusted gross income of $21.6 million, an effective rate of 13.9%. That compares to the Obamas, who paid 26% of their income in taxes, and the Gingriches, who paid 31.6%. The big difference? Almost all of the Romneys' income is from investments, not salary or other income. And the IRS taxes investments at a much lower rate.
When you're at this wealth level, you get much more in the way of capital gains and qualified dividends and other preferential income.
For 2011, the Romneys estimate they'll pay an effective rate of 15.4% on an adjusted gross income of $20.9 million. Over both years, the Romneys gave $7 million to charity, including $4.1 million to the Mormon Church. They earned $12.9 million over 2 years in so-called carried interest, retirement payments from Bain Capital, taxed at the lower rate for capital gains. That part of the tax law is hugely controversial. If those payments had been taxed at higher rates, the Romneys would have owed $2.6 million more to the IRS.
He was proud to have paid 100% of what he owed, and that's really the beginning and the end of that story.
With growing income inequality and anger rising, Romney dragged his heels for weeks about releasing his returns, even if elected president.
It's a little premature for me to be talking about that at this stage.
Is there some secret? People know you're wealthy.
Yeah, I understand.
There's nothing to hide.
No, I agree. There's nothing to hide.
The Romney campaign says it's now been completely transparent about his taxes, but that won't settle the issue for the Obama campaign and critics of a tax code that favors the rich. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.